Everyone wants to know about John White. We've been talking about it, and it was a real controversy that he wasn't here yesterday. He was here today. How do you look in practice today?
You know, we'll find out on Saturday.
He's ready. He says he's ready to go, though. And
I hope so. Yeah, we'll see. You know, it's still only Wednesday, so we'll see what happens.
Cal, can you talk on that record? Obviously, you're 9-0 and he gets 100 yards, and 0-6 when he doesn't. It's obviously critical you get a run game going against BYU, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's critical every week. And last week we fell short of that. It was close, but didn't get that century mark. And so, you know, if you look at past history, like you said, it's something that correlates to our success. So it would make makes sense to try to get him there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think it's kind of funny? Everyone was freaking out that he wasn't a practice, or he said he had a school project.
Yeah, some academic deal, and you know, he's getting close to graduation, and so that's obviously why they're here. And we had the extra day of practice this week, so I think it's a big setback.
Well, Trevor Riley had a huge game against Cougars last year, obviously. He said it was part of a great scheme, and he was just part of it. He's a guy, obviously, that turnovers have been a big deal for you guys when you have blowouts against these guys.
They have, and Trevor's a big part of that every week. You know, he's a big play guy, and really has come into his own this year. I mean, he had a good year for us last year, but he's even taken his game to another level this year, and we saw it in spring ball. You know, it started in spring, and he's one of our team leaders without a doubt, and really has just matured in this program and become an outstanding player.
That was obviously his coming out party kind of last year, though, wasn't it?
I guess you could say that. You know, that was the first game that he had some breakout numbers. Yeah.
How the quarterbacks look today?
Pretty good. Spent most of my time over with the defense, and so we'll watch the tape to get a better idea this evening. But what I did see, they both look pretty good.
And the starter is?
Yeah.
I saw a couple of field goals at the end there that did not look very good. What's going on there?
That was discouraging. You know, it's a work in progress, and we're giving those guys all the game simulation. Simulating.
I think so. It's today. It is today.
Simulating game situations as much as we can, and we're still a ways away in that area, but just keep working, just keep trying to get them better, just like we're doing with everybody.
Gets you to stay. They look like bad snaps. Was it?
A couple bad snaps. Yeah, the timing can really be affected, obviously, by a snap that's not right on the money. That unit, as much as anything else, maybe more so, depends on the timing. It's going to be a rhythmic type of a situation. We lost that rhythm.
So it's not just the kickers.
No, it's not just the kicker. We've got to get better in a lot of different phases.
Down at BYU, they were saying that it doesn't matter that you guys haven't named a starting quarterback yet. They're going to prepare the same ways. What is the advantage of not naming a starting quarterback?
Just because we don't know who it is right now. First of all, so it's getting work in practice. So we want to give each guy a fair shot. And by the time we decide, it'll be tomorrow after an extensive film study of tomorrow's practice. We managed to name it again. Maybe no disadvantage. That's just how we chose numbers this week.
How does that competition help both your quarterbacks?
I think competition is always a healthy thing. It makes they push each other. It makes it for a better situation. Ideally, competition never seems to be. That's not reality. It's forever there. But in this case, they're both competing against each other. Doing a good job.
How big is this rivalry?
It's big. It's one of the maybe not as nationally known as a lot of the other rivalries throughout the country, but I believe it's every bit as intense, every bit as competitive, and certainly in state, it's the sporting event of the year.
Any difference at all with the separation with the safeties going on there?
Tyron Morris is the guy that's running with the ones right now. He's been doing a nice job now. Terrell Reese is also doing a good job. And then Joseph Bryant has stepped up. He's had a chance to get some reps this week because of the safety situation, and so he's making the most of those. But right now, if we had to play today, it would be Tyron Morris.
What is he doing that's
just steady, consistent play? Very few mistakes, and that's you need to count on that. Out of your safeties, you got to make sure you don't blow coverages and you're where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. He's done a nice job of that.
Can you talk a little about Kenneth Scott and his progression?
Kenneth Scott's becoming a very good receiver. He got started last year as a freshman, made some nice catches for us. He's off to a good start this season. He's got size. He's got the ability to go up and get the ball, in traffic. And he works hard. There's no one on the football team that works any harder than Kenneth Scott.
A few years ago, you and Bronco both kind of made pleas to the fans to take it down a notch. The hostility factor was getting way up there. Have you noticed maybe last year, because of the result of the game, there wasn't as much intensity at the end of the game, but have you noticed maybe that intensity level within the fans has kind of cooled off today?
I think it may have. It's hard to say, and you're not up there with them and not really know what's going on. As far as hearing anything that is way out of line or ridiculous, I haven't heard any of that for a couple years.
With some of the thinness at secondary right now, is it out of the question to reduce the Blecken suspension?
Out of the question. Yeah, that suspension. Once we announce a suspension, discipline, I handle it, most of it in-house, but there are some things that we give to the media, and when we give something, then that's the way they're going to do it. So he is not going to play this week. Under any circumstances.
Which tier of that defense does Riley put the most strain on?
Which one?
Which tier of your defense does Riley put the most strain on? Is that on the defensive line, not to let him get by, or on linebackers to kind of cover him and watch him?
I think both. I mean, he can hurt you both ways, running the football and throwing it. He's completing 2/3 of his passes, and he's running the ball well. And so he's a guy that strains you, gives you problems. All of them is good.
What impresses you most about BYU?
Tough to say. The season's so early. I still don't think anybody has a real good handle on where anybody stands. There's just so much you can gain from watching a couple of games, and I don't think that you get a real clear read on that until another 2 or 3 weeks down the road. So tough to say right now. They seem pretty solid.